we are very proud that we make the program work for us. It's not about certification from the state. It's not about certification from the Avid organization. It's about taking best practices. And that's what we mean by rapport. So what we did was we stopped and we started having this conversation. We thought about it years ago. PBL, which means problem-based learning, was something that we brought. I was the principal when we had an opportunity to look at math. Our math skills at one time were extremely at a deficit. Our math skills were now they're excellent, but at one time they were very low. So we stopped and said, why? What can we do differently? Let's give them an extra period, but we're not going to just make it about math. We're going to make it about analytical thinking. We're going to make it about working in groups, partnering, having an understanding of working in a dynamic, how like an astronaut, how 4 people work together for success. And out of that came PBL, which incorporated the financial literacy as per the state requirements. So basically what this is, it's not a program. It's not about quantitative data because you talk about that a lot. It's not about, they come in, we give them a pre-assessment, we give them formative assessments, we give them some assessment. That's not what this is about. This is about a course in which we're going to still hit all of the skills that were given in PBL, but take it to another level. Something as simplistic as even character education. Many, many years ago, we had a character education course actually in the middle school.
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
Character education. We used to have true character education, the pillars of character. They were all over the middle school. We no longer have that class, but yet we know that we have children that we would like to make good citizens. So when you have a class like this, and maybe career readiness is what got you singled in, it's when we say career readiness, I would really like to call it life readiness. How do you act when someone says good morning to you? How do you work when you have to work in a team? How do you get something done? How do you utilize an agenda? We spend the money, fiduciarily, our citizens spend the money to give every child an agenda. I'm a big agenda girl. So what does an agenda mean? So one of the things in this particular class, and I would almost call it life readiness and life literacies. So the skills we're giving them, they really do need in 6th grade. Because when they come to us in the elementary, they don't really know how to focus themselves, not just on analytical, but really on the life skills of being a student. What does that look like? Being able to work in a class. So this class is taking the PBL to the next level. So I think that it threw you off a little bit, would throw anybody off when you see career readiness. But I will tell you, we also have a career readiness program that's done extensively. It starts a little bit with, dabbling in the 6th grade. They had also a 3-year grant, which has been fabulous. And then in 8th grade, they actually do a program in college and career readiness online, which then goes out to the high school. So I'm excited about this because it's like, I think in this particular class, it's not about, we won't be able to quantify this. This is not who's in accelerated math, science, social studies. This is more about a relationship that's going to be created between the teacher and the children coming to us. And I think you said it best. My child does not know how to study. My child does not know how to publicly speak. My child does not know how to work in a group. My child does not know how to organize themselves. My child does not have good writing skills. So that's the point of this class.
So this is a course?
It's a course. Correct.
And how many kids would be involved in the course?
Every child would take it. So in the 6th grade. So every 6th grade is on a team. They take science, math, social studies, English language arts, and they'll have this class. And then they have a cycle where they cycle through different courses, and that's where they'll get their world language.
So what comes out of the program? If this goes in, what comes out?
PBL, that's what we've been saying here, problem-based learning. It's expanded.
In PTS, which will, in fact, this course will take it to another level.
Exactly. They're actually taking the PBL that was started 12 years ago. I'm looking at you because I don't remember what year, 12 or 13 years ago.
I'm sure for more than that.
No, when you ever came over?
2011.
2011, thank you. So 13 years ago. So we're taking something that helped children work in groups, be responsible for analytical thinking. We utilized a lot of things from NASA. We did the financial literacy piece that's required by the state, but it's taking it to another level because since COVID, we are also seeing a deficit in children's ability to really perform on a daily basis with strategies that incorporate organization, teamwork.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just want to give Mr. Meralda a chance to speak.
On the financial literacy piece. Sure.
Yeah, no, so because that question gets asked a lot, even to some of our, we have many freshmen that take financial literacy, and a lot of times on back to school night, the parents will ask, well, my son's too young, or daughter's too young to learn about financial literacy. And what they've shown is that financial literacy can be taught through multiple lenses, which is why a few years ago when the mandate came, and it was integrated into middle school, Ms. Gasco and the or the social studies supervisor at the time very strategically embedded those units, those state required units, into the grade appropriate courses. So for example, in sixth grade, we would probably be teaching a little bit more about consumer science and saving strategies, right? You know, if they're earning a small income on the side, or how to use their birthday check more appropriately. And then as they get older, the lessons become a little more age appropriate. And then as we get to high school, we start, you know, obviously we start talking about jobs and things like that. But so, yeah, no, we're not expecting them to calculate or amortize or anything like that in sixth grade. We don't need to get into insurance discussion.
No compound interest
No,
problems.
not yet.
You know, some children
You
can
don't
teach
tell me
about
it works
that.
in this town, as we've seen.
Yes.
But that's, you know, that they were, and that was a very arduous process to try to very, tactfully and strategically integrate those financial literacy expectations alongside the content that was already being delivered in those classes. And, you know, my presumption is that's going to happen the same way.
Thank you.
Ms. Alvarez, if you had a question.
I just wanted to know, is this being taught by math teachers?
No, it's being taught by any teacher.
It's being taught by previous science teachers, previous social studies teachers, a couple of math teachers, yes, a previous PBL teacher.
And it's
So all previous PBL teachers were different disciplines, or were they all math?
Like up till now, they're all, it's we call it PBL math. So it's been
Was PBL.
math based.
So what,
math-based in the past.
But it's not math-based
It's not
anymore.
now.
It's more of a holistic approach. And we confirmed with Christy, because this is not a requirement. This is our over adequacy model here, above and beyond. And, we really felt when we sat down and we met and you brought it to me, we really felt that, having a science teacher or even if a social studies teacher is really a good take on this because we're really also looking at the expressive literary skills. And if I had my way, everything, I was an English teacher, I would have the days in literary. Because I just think that's a critical, you know, the critical thing, not taking anything away from that. So we confirmed that anybody who'll be teaching, excited about it.
They are very excited.
They're excited.